10 lesser-known strongest Marvel characters revealed, and why the MCU isn't ready for them yet. Because not all heroes fit neatly into a 2-hour blockbuster. While the MCU has introduced us to powerhouses like Thor, Scarlet Witch, and Captain Marvel, they're just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Marvel's strong and underappreciated characters. Some heroes and villains are so overpowered or wild that even Marvel Studios seems hesitant to adapt them. Here are 10 characters who could shatter box offices, and maybe the multiverse, if given a chance, along with why Hollywood might not be ready for them yet. Number 10. Blue Marvel, Adam Brashear. Adam Brashear is a former Marine, a physicist, and one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. Powered by antimatter energy, he has the strength to lift over 100 tons, flight, and energy manipulation. Oh, and he's immortal. One time he punched an antimatter being so hard it turned into pure energy. Why the MCU isn't ready. His backstory, where he's asked to retire because the world isn't ready for a black superhero, dives deep into social and racial themes that might be too heavy for Marvel's popcorn-friendly formula. Number 9. Squirrel Girl, Doreen Green. She's beaten Thanos, Doctor Doom, and Galactus using her incredible agility, squirrel-based communication skills, and sheer willpower. Her cheerful optimism and ability to rally an army of squirrels make her an unstoppable force in the weirdest way possible. Why the MCU isn't ready. Her cartoonish powers and quirky humor could feel too over the top for the MCU's typical tone. Plus, how do you make a live-action squirrel army not look ridiculous? Number 8. Hyperion. Hyperion is Marvel's answer to Superman, but with a darker edge. As an Eternal born with cosmic energy, he can lift planets, fire nuclear heat vision, and survive in the vacuum of space. In one comic, he literally held 2 colliding universes apart with his bare hands. Why the MCU isn't ready. Hyperion's godlike powers would be a logistical nightmare for team dynamics. And his backstory, often involving the destruction of his universe, is so heavy it would make Infinity War look like a rom-com. Number 7. Manifold, Eden Fessy. Manifold doesn't just teleport, he bends reality to rearrange space itself. Need a ship moved across galaxies or an entire team teleported? Done. He's essentially a human cheat code, capable of making the impossible possible. Why the MCU isn't ready. His powers are so abstract that audiences might struggle to grasp their limits, or even their visuals. Explaining space folding without a physics degree might not land with casual fans. Number 6. Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill is a cybernetically enhanced alien warrior who's not just powerful, he's also worthy of wielding Thor's hammer. After proving himself, Odin granted him his own enchanted weapon, Stormbreaker. He's gone toe-to-toe with gods and cosmic threats alike, and his nobility rivals Thor's. Why the MCU isn't ready. A horse-faced alien wielding a magical hammer could come off as silly if not handled right. Beta Ray Bill almost made it into Thor, Ragnarok, but Marvel might be saving him for the right cosmic adventure. Number 5. Hercules. As the Greek god of strength, Hercules has tangled with Thor, wrestled the Hulk, and lifted unfathomable weights with ease. His immortality and love of adventure make him a force to be reckoned with, and an entertaining one at that. Why the MCU isn't ready. Hercules has technically been introduced, Thor, Love and Thunder, but his larger-than-life personality and mythological roots might require more build-up. It's hard to balance his over-the-top charm with the MCU's current tone. Number 4. Gladiator, Kalark. A member of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard, Gladiator is basically Superman with a mohawk. His strength, speed, heat vision, and durability are unmatched, but here's the twist. His powers are tied to his confidence. If he believes in himself, there's nothing he can't do. He's even shattered planets. Why the MCU isn't ready. His confidence-based power might seem too goofy for live action. Plus, the Shi'ar Empire's deep cosmic lore could be too much for casual fans to digest without significant groundwork. Number 3. Molecule Man, Owen Reese. Molecule Man can manipulate matter at the molecular level, essentially making him a god. He can reshape entire planets, warp reality, and even tinker with the laws of physics. Despite his god-tier powers, he's surprisingly relatable as a reformed villain who just wants a normal life. Why the MCU isn't ready. His powers are so vast that they'd make even Thanos look like a warm-up act. The sheer scale of what he can do could overwhelm a movie script, and his tragic, introspective nature might feel too niche for the big screen. Number 2. Amadeus Cho, Totally Awesome Hulk. Amadeus Cho is a super genius with a Hulk-sized twist. After absorbing Bruce Banner's powers, he becomes the Totally Awesome Hulk, retaining his genius intellect while smashing villains with ease. His charisma and optimism make him a refreshing twist on the usual brooding Hulk. Why the MCU isn't ready. Marvel Studios already has a Hulk, and She-Hulk. Throwing another green giant into the mix could be overkill. Plus, balancing his genius-level intellect with his youthful charm might be tricky. Number 1. The Beyonder. The Beyonder is a cosmic entity so powerful that he once created an entire universe just because he was curious. He can warp reality, manipulate time, and make even the most powerful Marvel characters look like ants. Why the MCU isn't ready. His powers are so ridiculous that they make even the multiverse look small. Adapting his larger-than-life personality and his 1980s disco fashion sense without it seeming absurd would be a monumental challenge. Why the MCU stays cautious. Marvel's formula thrives on relatable characters and digestible conflicts, but some of these heroes and villains are just too much. whether it's their absurd powers, complicated backstories, or tones that clash with the current MCU vibe. With the multiverse expanding, though, it's only a matter of time before these hidden gems step into the spotlight. Which of these characters deserves their MCU debut the most? Let's argue about it in the comments. Winner gets a squirrel sidekick.